Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Welcome, Jenny. You're probably, what a day, you guys. But it is almost to the end, and we are here. The day sometimes does squeeze more. But you know what? This concept came up a couple of times, and especially today. Andrea, how are you? Welcome. Jenny, salam. So this concept came up a couple of times in the past couple, I don't know, days, 3-4 days. And I want to run this by you guys. Sorry, I thought I saw something. Okay, let me catch my thoughts. Back to life. Okay. All right, let me set it up this way. So we're doing the interviews with Dr. Neda and in the White Seat with Dr. Neda on Thursdays. And the guest for this week is a young Persian guy. He's 34 years old. I was kind of impressed by him. 34 years old, well dressed, only 10 years in America, well established, accomplished, and really good interview. So it's going to air tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll post the link. This whole week has been insane, so I haven't really posted teasers or anything like that. Poor guys, but I will. But yeah, the interview will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. It'll be airing on the YouTube channel In the White Seat with Dr. Neda. Oh, thank you. You just all compliments, huh? So I'm not gonna give the whole interview away, obviously, but there was a mention about time in the interview, and I have challenged this before, and I'd like to challenge it again. And some of you, okay, before I get in here, some of you may not like what I'm about to say in the beginning. But if you stick around, I always bring it back together, and then you can decide if you like that or not, okay? So this whole thing about time is short, and I'll make it so that it's not such a downer, okay? So it's not a downer. That's funny. So, this whole concept of time is short. Let's say, I'll give you this. The dearest thing that I have had in my life ever was my dog. And when he went away, I thought, man, I wish I had more time with him. I wish I had more time. Perhaps maybe I thought time was short. I didn't, but maybe somebody in that position would say, time was short. Life is short. Like he only lived 13 years, right? And would say, oh, time is so short. Or some of you have lost a person in your lives, and it's been somebody very dear to your heart, maybe a parent, a sibling, a grandparent, somebody special to you, and most of the time, immediately, most people say what? Life is short. Now, life is short. Be grateful for what you have. Everybody gets all excited at that moment, right? Life becomes short, and you got to do. Everybody gets all excited, and I've done a live about. I don't want to get into that concept, but I've done a live about like funerals and death, but this is definitely not it, okay? But everybody gets all excited, right? Everybody gets all, oh, life is too short. You gotta cherish what you have. You gotta like tell the person you love them that you love, tell the person you love that you love them before you leave, and all this stuff, right? And it's great for a couple days, and then it's forgotten. Let's just be truthful with each other, right? Is it just me, or am I kind of on the right track? Are you guys hating me yet or no? So life becomes short, right? Life is short. Life is short. And then when you say life is short, so how long should life be, right? So you got to have a comparison, right? Like you're saying life is short compared to what? A life of what? Right? So I'm going to put a pause right there, and I'm going to come right back to it. I don't know about you, but in school, sometimes, it wouldn't happen to me a whole lot, truthfully, but sometimes I would be running out of time on an exam, especially if it were an essay exam, a writing exam, because when I write, I start writing, right? That was my minor. So I would just write, right? So I would run out of time, right? And some other students would run out of time in exam times, right? And I would come out and complain about what? Ah, it wasn't enough time to complete the whole test. And then there's other people who just like fly through it, which I don't get. I never was one of those guys. They fly through the test, right? They complain that what? The test, that the time was too short to take that test, right? Was it too short? Or was it just right? An hour. But you couldn't get it done in an hour. So if you take that same thing and bring it outside, I'm going to hold on. Okay. If you bring it outside and you connect it with quote unquote, life is too short, then here's how I would challenge that statement. If you guys have heard this before. If you're new to my lives, welcome, welcome. If you're a vet, you've heard me say this before. You were complete at creation. So for you to think that God shorted somebody out of life, it's foolish. Why would God cut somebody short? When you say life is short, means the creator, God, universe, Buddha, whatever you believe in, right? They cut it short for you or for somebody else that you know. Why would that be? Or is it that, are you ready for this? Is it that you or that person didn't accomplish what they needed to accomplish in the time they were given from day one? And then they complain about what? The time. Just like the student that complains about the test. So when you say time is short, that just means I didn't live my purpose long enough. I didn't get to finish what I was supposed to finish. Oh my goodness, can I have an extra day? Can I run around and get it done? That's what I would say it means. Right? When you say life is short, it just means, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. You know what? I thought I had more, but he cut me short. See, we think we have more. There's this quote. I love this quote. It just it says, "We think we have more time," right? And I don't know what more means. If you guys are, obviously, if you guys are kind of used to my thoughts, that's very subjective, right? So if you say life is short, that just means right now. If you say that right this second, that just means right now what you're doing is not purpose, is not your life purpose. You're saying life is short, it's just because, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? Let me get started with what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And you believe that. Remember, you were complete at creation. Nothing is coming. No package. I wish there was some more stuff that would come in, right? And there's no such thing. So you were complete at creation. Life is not short. Life is exactly what it needs to be. I apologize. I'm sorry when I say this, and some of you um, may have experience with this. Samir, namaste, namaste. I really hope you circle back, watch the replay. I think you'll enjoy it. What I'm about to say, it's very heartfelt, okay? And I mean that with most sincerity. Life is exactly what it is. And even for that one child that, lost his or her life at age 1, 2, whatever it may be, life was exactly what it was supposed to be. It wasn't ever short. See, we judge that. We think it's short. Who's supposed to? Somebody else may say, oh my goodness, that person lived a long, too long. And you'd be like, no. So it's very subjective. So no, just because that disagreement happens, then it's very subjective already, right? So life is not short. It's exactly what it needs to be. We just don't know how long that is, and that's why it's confusing, because we don't know. And we just kind of do whatever because we think, well, we got tomorrow, right? But if somebody comes up to you tomorrow and says, hey, by the way, you only got a week to live, all of a sudden, everything changes, right? Everything's like, oh my goodness, what am I supposed to do in this week? So please, please, I wouldn't like use that statement or thought, even in your own head, because you're cutting yourself short, right? You're not playing your best. You're not living, going after your purpose. I always say, pursue your purpose. Pursue it, right? It doesn't mean like, listen, you could be doing a lot of other things on the side, or you could have a main job, but you could have a real pursuing your purpose. It doesn't mean, go hungry and starve yourself and, just do that. But, you know, it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing. And I've always challenged that thought because it never sat well with me. It just was like, I don't like, right? Like, and again, if somebody like passes, you'll never hear me say, I'm sorry. Because I don't really know what that means at that moment. I honestly don't know what that means at that moment. I don't know. Because we say I'm sorry all the time, right? So it's not as effective, right? So I don't know. But time is it's precious, and I realize that I get to understand that more and more every day as I get more involved with other things, and I have a busy day and I get stuff done, and it's like, wow, right? Time is precious, right? Yeah, I know it means you're sorry they're in pain. I know. I'm gonna do it. I don't know. I don't want to do a dark live, but I feel like that's something that's important. I mean, I don't know. It's just my philosophy. It may not be for everybody, but yeah, it's like a darker subject. But yeah. So you know what? If you figure that your time is just what it needs to be, and you don't know how much it is, and then that may start making you think about, well, what am I supposed to be doing then? Maybe it'll get you start to think, which is the first step, which is kind of how I started, kind of late. I don't know what late means now. It's subjective, right? But so that's where it is. Anyway, I hope you guys got some love, some inspiration. I know this was a little deeper, maybe a little dark. I'm gonna do a skit for you guys after this. Maybe you guys get a kick out of that. But yeah, I think this is important because so many people say it, and I feel like it just doesn't make sense, right? Like, why would God cut you short, or the Creator, or whatever? Why would they cut you short when you said life is short? Like, what do you mean? Like, why? Then I gotta sit there and think about. Oh man, I was gonna drop it. Then I gotta sit there and think about, well, what's wrong with me that I got cut short? Like, why was God or the Creator wasn't cool with me and cut my life short? And this guy lived like, you know what I mean? So that's why it just kind of never really went with me. But anyway, so hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you. Oh my goodness. You got to drop a takeaway. Come on, don't be shy. I'm going to get you guys to drop your takeaways. I'm telling you, I'm going to. Drop a takeaway, one takeaway down below in the comments below. Let this feed grow. I appreciate you guys. And hey, if you feel like this was worthy of sharing, you want to share it, do what you got to do. Spread the love, tag a couple people, share it on your wall. Don't be shy. It's okay. And with that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.